Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mitesh Gala. Welcome to Rough Book, a learning companion.
We are going ahead with 6D. 6D is a very interesting exercise because there are a couple of sums which are very simple but few sums which are really worth. You really need to put in efforts to understand them or to try them on your own. So first few questions very simple, so let's quickly finish them and then we'll go on to the tougher ones which starts from sum number 8 onwards. Okay, so first one, they say S, that is the sum is 168 and S is equal to n plus 2 and n starting from 3. Not n, but the answer starts from 3. That's what the first statement says. I'll read the question for you. Find the sum of n successive odd numbers starting from 3. So this we'll see right at the end. Right now let's just substitute 168 here and get the value of n. That's very simple. So I'll have to split 168. So factors 2 times 84, 2 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 7. So for 2, can I take 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12 and 7 2s are 14? Yeah. See, 2 2s are 4 and 4 3s are 12 and 7 2s are 14. So I can take n as 14n minus 12n, 168, 0. So my answer should be n as negative 14 or n as 12. Since n is starting from 3, I can't take negative 14. So we'll have to say since n starts from 3, therefore n is equal to 12. So your question says find the sum of n natural numbers. The sum of so and so is this. Determine n if whatever. So you determined n and that's it. So you also written the statement of elimination. So nothing else is required apart from this. That's more than enough. Are you clear with this? Did you understand this part 12 and 14? Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Very simple this one. Even the second one is simple. You can try on your own. Let's go to the third one. This is a 2-digit number where they say units digit exceeds twice the tens digit by 2 and the first condition says product of the digit is 24. So the product of the digit is 24. We'll look at this later. First we'll have to assume now units digit exceeds, that means tens is the smaller one and the thumb rule was whichever is the smaller has to be considered as x. So let the tens place be x. Now the tens place is x. Therefore units digit will be what? It exceeds twice the tens place by 2. Twice the tens place, so 2x, and exceeds means this is bigger by 2. So I'll have to add 2 to this. So I got my units digit. Product, that means the first digit and the second digit of the digits is 24. Is your separator 24. Isn't it very simple? Come on, solve it. So I'll get x square 2x minus 24 0. So x square for 24 it will be 12 and 10. Sorry, 12 2s hota hai. So it will be 6 and 4. So 6x minus 4x 24 0. So I'll get x plus 6 minus 4 x plus 6. So x plus 6 x minus 4 0. So x becomes minus 6 or x becomes 4. Let's look at the conditions. The product of a 2-digit number, if the units digit whatever, find the number. So okay, a small error. This was 2x plus 2 and I just took x plus 2. So 2x plus 2 should have been here. So this will be 2x square and 2x. Yeah. So here I will get 2x square. So this entire part has gone wrong for us. We need to focus, guys. Yeah, stop thinking about anything. Just think about the sums. I'm so sorry. So x square plus x minus 12 0. X square 4x minus 3 minus 12 0. So here x is minus 4 or x is 3. So we'll pick up 3 because 2-digit number, if I take negative it will go everything wrong. So therefore the other number or units digit. So what will be the units digit? Equal to 2x plus 2. So 2 times of 3 plus 2, 6 plus 2, 8. Therefore required number. First the tens place. Tens place is x, that is 3. And then the units place 8. So your number becomes 38. It was so simple, still I messed up. My god, this lockdown is actually taking over me now. Come on, let's get serious. Sum number 5. If I do this one wrong, then I'll stop the video then and there, and if I do it correct, then we continue further. Let's see. Sum number 5. 1 year ago, a man's age was 8 times as old as his son. This is 1 year ago. That's the start of the question. And the second part of the question, they say now his age is equal to the square of his son's age. Obviously, who is smaller? Don't tell me man, I will kill you. Obviously, son. So you will say let son's present age be x years. So if son is x years, then what will be man's age? So man's age will be equal to the square of the son's age. So that should be x square. 1 year ago, man's age will be what? 1 year ago, x square minus 1. And son's age will be what? X minus 1. Are you with me? 1 year means you are subtracting 1. That's it. Nothing great you are doing. Now man's age was, I forgot to write over here. Yeah, man was 8 times. So what is man? Man is x square minus 1. Was is your separator. 8 times as old as his son. So son is x minus 1. Did you get this? So I'll get x square minus 1. 8x minus 8. I am praying that I get this correct. So x square minus 8 x minus will become plus. So plus 7. Splitting the middle term. So minus 7x minus x plus 7. So x common minus 1 common. So I get x as 7 or x as 1. Now which one should I consider the age of the son? So if I take the age of the son as 1, what will be man's age? 1 square, so 1. So man and son both 1 year. Possible? Try it and tell me if you do it for yourself. Obviously you cannot. So you are going to go with the other one, but you'll have to write it. If x is 1, then man's age is equal to x square, so 1 square, which is 1. Not possible. Therefore son's age is 7 years and man's age is 7 square, 49 years. Did you manage to get this correct? Yeah, in fact even I managed. Otherwise I would have stopped teaching this video, not forever. I know you're praying for that, idiots. Come on, come back. Sum number 7. Let's go ahead. Put a star beside this sum. It's slightly different, so you will have to focus. There is a boat which is going upstream and coming downstream. So when it goes upstream, there is a problem, and downstream it becomes easier. Why? Because the stream also has got some speed. Your question is find the speed of the stream. So we will say let the speed of stream be x kilometers per hour. So the speed of the stream is x. So while going up, what will be the total speed? It will be the speed of the boat which is going up minus the speed of the stream which is coming down. So speed of the boat 15, speed of the stream minus x. So this is the speed while going up. Alright, speed for going up. And what will be the speed for coming down? So that will be this plus this, because it is the speed of the boat plus the speed of the stream. So the speed is going to be faster. Did you understand this concept? That is most important. If you not followed this concept, you will mess up the entire sum. So please ask me if you not followed this. How will you ask? Obviously rewind and look at it. Common sense. So while going up, it's going to be speed of the boat minus the speed of the stream. While coming down, it's the speed of the boat as well as the speed of the stream. So you add. Okay. Now they say 30 kilometers to go up and down. It takes 4 hours and 30 minutes. So time for going up is equal to, what will be the time ka formula? Distance upon speed. So what is the distance? 30 kilometers. Speed for going up 15 minus x. Likewise time for coming down. Again distance upon speed. So the distance is 30 and the speed is 15 plus x. So these both are hours. So this time plus this time is the total time. So total time is time 1 plus time 2. So total time they said is 4 hours 30 minutes. You know how to write 30, right? In this mixed fraction format. This is going to be 30 upon 15 minus x plus 30 upon 15 plus x. Did you understand how to frame this? Very important, you have to go with a very calm mind, otherwise you will mess up this sum. I repeat, first going upstream, downstream speeds we found, then the times we found for upstream, downstream, and then we added the total time because the total time was available to us. So I get 8 and 1, 9 by 2, 30 times 15 minus x, 30 times 15 plus x. Now don't be shameless, pause the video, try on your own, come on. So dividing by 30. So when I divide each term by 30, 30 here also, 3 3s are 3 10s are. So I'll get 3 upon 20, 1 by 15 minus x, 1 by 15 plus x. LCM. So here I'm keeping 3 by 20 as it is. 15 plus x, 15 minus x, a square minus b square. Followed? Further, this gets cancelled. This goes on the other side. So 3 into 2, 25, 675, 3 into x square, 3x square equals 20, 15 plus 15, 30, 30 into 20 will give you 600, correct? So 600 come here, I'll get 75, 3x square on the other side, 3 cancels, so 25. So value of x becomes plus or minus. You will not consider minus because speed can't be negative. So you say speed cannot be negative. Therefore, speed of stream is positive 5 kilometers per hour. Did you manage to get this correct? Wow, that's good if you got it. So now you can go in the boat with whom you know that. Let's go with the next one. Sum number 8. Again put star besides it. Very important question. Last year in one of the schools I had seen this in their question paper, in the October paper. Yeah. So let's try this nicely. Mr. Mehra sends his servant to the market to buy oranges worth rupees 15. So he has given, Mr. Mehra has given his servant rupees 15. With rupees 15 he wants to buy oranges. In today's world, what are you going to get on 15 rupees? Which year's question is this? The servant having eaten 3 oranges on the way. Now look at the servant, he is just like you. He's eaten 3 oranges and the remaining oranges he is giving to Mr. Mehra. Mr. Mehra pays 25 paise per orange more because he ate more than the original market price. Taking x to be the number of oranges which Mr. Mehra receives, form a quadratic equation. So you have to read the entire question and then begin. So number of oranges received by Mr. Mehra is x and the total cost is 15. Therefore cost price for Mr. Mehra. Now this is for one orange, okay? So one orange ka cost price for Mr. Mehra is 15 rupees divided by x. Are you getting this? Because he paid 15, he got x oranges. So when I divide, I get the cost of one orange. So one orange. Further, number of oranges eaten. So therefore Mr. Mehra received how many oranges? X minus 3 because x is this. So how many oranges originally bought? So this is the wrong statement here. Original number of oranges will be x plus 3. Yeah, because x is the number of oranges Mr. Mehra received, 3 were eaten. So total oranges are x plus 3. Getting it? So therefore, original cost is how much? Original CP of one orange will be how much? So that will be 15 rupees divided by x plus 3 actually. Because these were the original number of oranges bought. So 15 divided by this is the actual original cost. This is the cost which Mr. Mehra paid and this is more because he has paid 25 paise more. So if this is more, what will you do? 15 upon x minus 15 upon x plus 3, 25 paise. What is wrong in this? Who can tell me? Yeah, you are absolutely right. You have to, this is paise, so divided by 100 to make it rupees. So 25 ones are 4s are dividing by 15. 1 upon x plus 3, 1 upon 60. Taking the LCM, so x plus 3 minus x square 3x 1 by 60 cancels. This goes on the other side, so 180 x square 3x. So I will get x square 3x minus 180 0. So for 180, what will be my factors now? Come on, use some brains at least now. Don't be like Mr. Mehra's servant, copying everything from here. Try on your own. So 180 is 2 into 90, 2 into 45, 3 into 5. So now for 3, if I take 3 2s are 6, 6 3s are 18. Sorry, 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, and 5 3s are 15. So 15 and 12 gives me 3, yes. So x square 15x minus 12x minus 180. So my x will be minus 15 or x will be 12. So your question says find x, you found x. So you say since number of oranges cannot be negative, so therefore how many oranges Mr. Mehra received? 12. How many were originally bought? So 12 plus 3, 15. That's not your question although. So therefore Mr. Mehra received 12 oranges, 3 eaten on the way by the servant. Alright, good question. Please go through the video once again if you've not been clear with this, but try your best. Right? Let's go with the next one. Sum number 10. Put a star besides this. This also is a lovely question. Let's try it. Then read the whole question first and then begin. You'll have to read it twice, thrice. Don't look at this. First try on your own. It says, an employer finds that if he increases the weekly wage of each worker by rupees 5, so new wage is increased by 5, and employs 5 workers less, so 5 workers less are employed, his weekly wage bill increases from 315 to 3250. So earlier bill is this, now the bill is this. Take the original weekly wage of each worker as x, find the value of x, and solve it to find the weekly wage of each worker. So this is your question. So when you read the whole question, you will realize this is what is already assumed. This is the weekly wage of one worker and this is the total bill of all workers. So I can easily find number of workers first. So that will be the total bill divided by what one person is getting. These many workers. Are you getting this? So these are the original number of workers. Now the new weekly wage is increased by 5. So therefore new wage or new weekly wage becomes how much? So earlier wage was x, obviously new increased by 5, so x plus 5. 5 workers less, so new number of workers. What will be the new number of workers? So new number of workers will be the original number of workers, that is 3150. This is one way of doing it, or we can do it the other way also. One way is you take this upon whatever and then you subtract, or else hold this part. Here we'll create the equation and we'll use this part. New bill is 3250, therefore new number of workers. So what will be new number of workers? 3250 is the bill divided by the number weekly wage of each worker. So the same logic we applied again. So it becomes easy to understand rather by going this method. So once again, weekly wage 1 worker, total bill, when I divide I get the number of workers. Likewise increases by 5, so new weekly wage plus 5. Employs 5 workers less, we'll look at this later. New bill 3250 divided by this, so I get x plus 5. Once I got this number of workers, here the number of workers are 5 less. So now I am using this statement and I will create the equation. That is, this number of workers are 5 less, these are 5 more. So 3150 upon x minus 3250 upon x plus 5 equals 5. Are you getting it? I can divide everything by 10 probably, or even by 50, because these two are divided by 50 definitely, or just take normal calculation. So let's try normally. 3150x, yeah, plus 5 zeros are 0, 5 5s are 25, 5 ones are 5, 6, 7, 5 threes are 15 minus 3250x equals 5x into x plus 5. Yeah, so what happens then? So 3 1 and this will give me minus 100 x plus 15,750 equals 5x square plus 25x. So my final equation 5x square, this coming here, so 125x minus 15,750 equals 0. Are you able to see this in the video? Oh sorry, yeah, now can you see? Okay, so dividing by 5 it will be x square plus 25x minus 5 3s are 15, 5 1s are 5, 5 5s are 0s are, so 0. So that's my equation. Let's take it on the next sheet in order to understand what can be the answer. So I get x square plus 25x minus 3150 equals 0. So let's take the factors of 3150. So 2 into 5, 315 divided by 5. So 2 into 5 is 0, that is 10. This 5 is for 315. So 5 6s are 63s are. So that will be 3, 3 and 7. So now for 25, let's see what can we do. 5 3s are 15, 15 3s are 45, 5 2s are 10, 10 7s are 70. So 70 and 25, yeah, it gives. So x square is 70x minus 45x 31500. So x is negative 70 or x is 45. So your negative 70. So weekly wage cannot be negative, and therefore original weekly wage equals to 45 rupees. Did you get this? Wow, that's good. Please look at the question once again, the entire sum, look at it, solve it well. It's a good question from exam point of view. The next one I want you to try is sum number 11. Yeah, put a star besides it as well. It's slightly difficult question. It's not that simple. So let's see if you can manage to do this. Pause the video, try on your own, see how far can you take it. Okay, they have already told you let the number of articles be x and the total cost price is 1200. So this is what you have to assume. If you assume something else, you get a 0 straight away. So cost price total and number of articles, that helps me to get the CP of one article. So what will be the CP of one article? 1200 upon x, correct? 1200 upon x rupees. This will become the CP of one article. Now 10 articles got damaged, so therefore number of articles sold. So what will be the number of articles sold? So original number of articles are x, 10 have got damaged, so x minus 10, and SP is 2 rupees more than CP. So what is the SP of one article? So SP of one article will be CP of one article plus 2 rupees. Are you getting it? So now we got the entire structure here. The profit is 60. So we know profit is SP minus CP. But for that I'll have to get total SP and total CP. Remember that, okay? So profit is 60. Total SP will be SP of one article multiplied by the number of articles sold, that is x minus 10. Do you understand this? And total CP is ready made for you, 1200. Yeah, this is the most crucial and important step. Profit is SP minus CP. So SP of one article multiplied by the number of articles, that is x minus 10. Okay, that is the total SP minus CP total, which is 1200. So let's take it forward now. So 60, expanding it, so x gets cancelled, I get 1200 minus 12,000 upon x minus 2x minus plus 20 minus 12,000. So minus 12 plus 12 gets cancelled. X I am taking the LCM, so this will be 60x equals to minus 12,000 minus 2x square plus 20x. So this comes on the other side, 2x square positive. 60 minus 20 will give me 40x plus 12,000 equals 0. So did we manage to get the first part of this? Yes, absolutely. Let's take it forward now from here. So we will need some more space in order to solve this further. So if I take this further, it is going to be 2x square plus 40x plus 12,000 equals 0. So dividing by 2, x square, 20x, 6,000. So splitting the middle term for 6,000 to get 20. Can I take, we'll have to think on this one. 6,000 for 20. Anyone managed to get this already? Is it 160? No, it can't be 160. So let's take the factors 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 3. These are your factors for this. So what should I divide this as? So what if I take, see, one option was 100 and 60, so that difference is 40. So let's send 2 here, so this will be 50 and 120, and let's send 3, so this will be 40 and 150. Nothing is working till now. So 160, right? So if I send, sorry guys, my distraction, plus, I wrote minus, so this should be plus. So when you open, this becomes plus, plus into minus, minus. So this will be plus, this will be minus. So I'll get 2x square keeping here only, 60 coming here, so negative 80 this will be, and this will be negative 12,000. So basically this part is wrong which I wrote over here. So I'm writing it again. So it will be 2x square minus 80x minus 12,000, 0. So dividing by 2, and now splitting the middle term should be 100 by 60. So x becomes 100 or x becomes negative 60. Negative not possible. So write the statement, since the number of articles can be, since number of articles cannot be negative, therefore number of articles equals to 100. Got it? It's a good question, but a small silly error from my side. We wasted the time and energy on that. Let's try one more, sum number 12, everyone. Last question. This is comparatively simpler, I guess. Total cost price of a certain number of articles is 4,800, and they say let the number of articles, find the number of articles. So we said let the number of articles bought be X. So therefore CP of one article will be 4,800 upon X rupees. They say each article is sold at 100 rupees. So therefore what will be the total SP? Total SP will be 100 rupees into number of articles sold, that is X. So we got the total CP, we got the total SP. Profit is equal to CP of 15 articles. So profit actually is SP minus CP, which is equal to CP of 15 articles, they said. That's the main key. So what's your total SP? 100x. Total CP 4,800. CP of 15 articles. So CP of one article multiplied by 15. Are you getting this? CP of one article into 15 is the CP of 15 articles. Once again, profit equals to CP of 15 articles. So profit is SP minus CP. CP of 15 articles. So SP, the total SP is 100x. Total CP is 4,800. And CP of one article into 15. Alright. So let's see how can we take this forward now. So taking the LCM for x. So this will be 100 x square, 4,800x, 15 into 8, 120. So 12. 15 for the 60, 72. So I get 100 x square, 4,800x minus 72,000 equals 0. So I can divide each term by 100. So x square minus 48x minus 720. Now this looks little reasonable to us and we can solve this further. So let's take it forward. So 720 for 48. So 720 can be 2, 5 is 10 and 720 is 12 times 6, correct? So now for 48, let's see what factors can be built. 5 2s are 10, 2s are 20, 2s are 40 maybe, and 3 3s are 9, 2s are 18. No, not possible. So we'll have to take some other combination. So 5 2s are 10, 2s are 20, and 3 2s are 6, 6 6s are 36. So 36 and 20 also is not applicable. Let's try another part. 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are 60. So 5 3s are 15, 2s are 60. What's left? 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. Does this help you? 60 minus 24? No, this also doesn't help us. So let's see what other factors can I take. So can we take this? 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are 30, 2s are 60. What is left is 3 2s are 6, 2s are 12. So 60 and 12, yes, that helps us. So x square minus 60x plus 12x minus 720. So x is 60 or x is minus 12. Minus 12 cannot be the number of articles. So since number of articles cannot be negative, so therefore your final answer, number of articles is equal to 60. Did we manage to get this? For your homework, I'm just giving you exercise 60, sum number 2 and 9. That's it and nothing else. The rest of the sums I have done it in the video itself. So I have taken the pains of doing all the tough sums for you. So it becomes very simple. Guys, it's your task now not to copy. Be honest. Try on your own. You got enough time at home. Don't waste your time. Invest your time, please. I repeat, invest your time, please. And do a good job. Alright? Bye. Take care until the next video. Bye. Stay safe.
Hope you had a lovely mathematics experience with the Rough Book, our learning companion.